Hey, this is Mr. Beliveau, and I'm here to help you with your Works Cited in-class assignment. I'm going to cover some of what I did in class, and then I'm going to go and give you the first example. So we need to get to the Works Cited page folder. Now you see all this cool stuff in here. And we get down and we have our Works Cited in-class practice. Now before we do that, we need to set up our paper. So we'll go and we will insert a header, and let me try that one. Give it a page number. I want to insert a page number. If it'll let me do it. No, it's not going to let me do it there. Got to go back to insert page number. And I'm going to want it up here on the right. Then I want my typing here to be over to the right as well. And that's where we put our last name. This should be done on the assignment that you turn in, by the way. All right, we come down here, we center it, we title it Works Cited. Not Work Cited, well, unless you only have one, then that's acceptable. Not Works Cited, which I see an awful lot. Both words should be capital. They should be centered. That's all that should be done to them. They should not be extra large. They should not be a different font. They should not be in bold or underlined or in quotation marks or anything like that. Just two words, worked cited, at this top of the page. And then you come down here, you go to the left. And then you go to where it says line spacing options. I like to have everything over here be zeros. You should click on the don't add a space between paragraphs of the same style. Line spacing should be double. And where it says special, you want to go to hanging. And when you do that, it's automatically going to make it a hanging indent for you. The first line of the text will be at the left-hand margin, and every subsequent line will be indented a ½ inch. That way you don't have to worry about how to figure that out. All right, so I've got my paper set up. Let's take a look at the Works Cited practice, and I'll take a look at the PDF. All right, here is our first website that we're going to be looking at. So we'll click on that. And we have the title, which is good. Thinking about homeschooling. Here's what you don't have to do. The subtitles, just leave alone. Don't worry about that at all. Don't worry about where it says perspective. Just look for the title. And you look for the author. And this page makes it easy. They put the author right here at the very top right. Don't worry about who fact-checked it. That does not belong in your Works Cited entry. But Sarah Bradley does, and you're going to want to make sure that you spell it correctly and that you capitalize it correctly. So when we get back to our Word document, we're going to put in her last name first, Bradley, comma, Sarah, period, then a space and a quotation mark. Because the next part that we put in is going to be the title. So let's get to that title. The easiest way to do the title is to highlight it. Copy it, and then come back over to your Word document, and you're going to go ahead and paste it in. You can Control, paste, or when I do it on the Mac, it doesn't give me the option that it did on the in class on the Word with, oh my goodness, I can't even think of the thing. With what the IBM, it's the old-fashioned way of saying it, but the non-Mac computers gives you a couple of options for how you're going to do that. Me, I just got to fix it myself. So let me make it Times New Roman, 12-point font, not bold-faced. In fact, I got to do that to everything because it just changed everything. 12-point font, not bold. And then at the end of the title, you need to put a period, and you close the quotation, and you have a space. Now make sure that the first, last, and important words of your title are capitalized, whether it's done that way in the website or not. Then we need the name of the website. So we got to jump back over here into Google, and we'll see right up here that it's healthline.com. We look over here, we see Healthline. So I'm going to go ahead and say that it's Healthline. So I'll come back over to the Word, and I'll type in Healthline. And a comma. And for some reason, it's not doing what I told it to do up here, which was to have a hanging indent. I think it got wiped out when I put in that. Let's see, double, special, hanging. Okay. Alright, so this is what it should be looking like, except for Healthline, which should be in italics. Control-I will do that for you. And then we put in the name of the publisher. And the best place to look for the publisher is you got to go down to the bottom, and sometimes it's annoying because they have all kinds of commercials in here. And I look for the copyright, and I see his copyright is Healthline Media. And then it says a Red Ventures company, but I'm not worried about that. I'm just worried about the publisher, which is Healthline Media. To me, that is different enough that I need to put that in. So we'll come over here and we'll type in Healthline Media. And then a comma and a space. Then we got to go back to that web page again. Back up to the top, because remember in the upper right hand corner of this one, they also had the date it was uploaded. July 14th, 2020. So then I can come over here to Microsoft Word, 14 July 2020, comma. Now remember, with July you can either have it JUL period, but that looks weird. So I always put July. May, June, and July you don't have to have that 3-letter abbreviation for. All the rest you do. Then we put in the URL, also known as the web address, which is up here. Just copy it. And when I go to paste that in, it comes in just as normal as can be. You put a period at the end of it, you hit return, and you're ready to go on to your next entry. This has got to be the URL. Whether you have it as a live link or not is up to you. Just be consistent. If one of them is going to be a live link, all of them need to be a live link. If one of them's not, none of them should be. Don't mix them up. Do not put the title as a link. We have the title already up here. I don't need the title in the link. I need the actual URL. And that's how we do the first one. And I'll make a second little video in a minute on how to do the second one. That way, whichever one confuses you, you can watch.